want to thank God. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Golden Boy Showtime. I want to thank my family, my dad for the support they gave me through this tremendous training camp. And we had a game plan. We stuck to it. And, you know, we worked hard tremendously for 10 weeks. And I knew if I just stood focused, don't let nothing get in my head, tunnel vision. And that's what I brought to this fight. I stood disciplined. I got the job done. I'm happy. The fans enjoyed the fight. And until the next one, you guys know what I bring to the table. A lot of hard work, a lot of speed, a lot of power, and still WBC WBA Ring Magazine Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Lucas Garcia. Thank you all.
I have to admit, you picked Danny, and I said I'm going to point you out at the post-fight press conference, and here I am pointing you out.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Danny, a couple things. First of all, you kind of started slow and your dad yelled at you and said, you know, wake up, you know. Basically, what was going on in the early rounds? It seemed like, you know, you weren't the way you were in the last 9 or 10 rounds.
You know, I knew I had 12 rounds to work with. I didn't want to go in there and shoot everything I had in the first 6 rounds because I know he's dangerous in the early rounds. He's a strong puncher, so I knew if I just use my legs a little bit, make him miss, and I'll get him at the end.
And I know, you know, you fought a fight 2 weights below where Floyd was, but do you feel like you did enough in your performance tonight to see yourself matching with Floyd the next time out?
You know, I really don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just a fighter. They come to the fight with a big heart, and you know, I come to give the fans what they want. And you know, if Golden Boy, Al Heyman, and them guys want that, then I'll do it. But it is what it is.
Two other questions then, Danny. How good did it feel to get the knockdown? Because everybody was saying, you know, Lucas was such a hard puncher, was going to blow you out, and here you knocked him down, and he never hurt you. Seriously hurt you.
See, I faced adversity before. That's the difference between me and him. He's a great fighter. I take nothing away from him, but he's never faced adversity. He's never been cut lean in a fight. He's never been 12 hard rounds with a legend, with a, you know. I've been in there with a lot of technical fighters who can really fight and hit me with good shots, and you know, I sucked it up. I faced adversity before, and I knew if I took him late in the fight that I would get him.
And then lastly, Angel, can I ask you, how do you think Danny would match up if he fought Floyd? You know, Floyd had a great performance tonight. If that were to be the next fight for Danny, how do you think he would do?
Well, first of all, I want to thank God for God giving Danny all the power in the world, because without him, Danny wouldn't have been here, I wouldn't be here. Well, if that was to happen, I'll call it the Holy War. It will be the Holy War because it'd be 2 gifted fighters, spiritual fighters that God put on this planet to fight. Blessed fighter, because Floyd's blessed, Danny's blessed. He just still gotta, you know, prove himself to you guys. That's it. Because people still doubting the champion of the world, and still champion of the world. God bless you.
Danny, right here. Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Okay.
Danny.
Oh, all right. My bad, you right over the top.
Yeah. Danny, you fought some good punchers before, and he hit you with, you know, several hard shots. You took them very well. How would you rate his power, and did at any time did you feel any of those punches?
I mean, he's a strong puncher, no doubt about it, but somebody's only strong if you let him be strong. And a lot of the punches he caught me with, I was pulling my head back a little bit, I was blocking a little bit, so I never really felt his power. I mean, he's a strong puncher, I felt his aggressiveness, but he never really hurt me in the fight.
And it seemed like the first couple of rounds were really close. He was putting a lot of pressure on you, and the tide seemed to change around the 6th when you closed his eye. At that point, you seemed like you got a boost, and you were putting your combinations together. You were starting to tee off on him a little bit. When you saw the eye close, did that just say, you know, I got to really put it on this guy?
Like right there, it was in my head. I was like, before the fight, I was like, this guy's never faced adversity. He's never been cut. He's never been hurt. And that was my game plan to go in there, to cut his eye, to make his eyes swollen, knock him down. I did both things, and that's what a true champion does.
Danny, right here, what next for you? Who do you want to face?
You know, I just want to go home, take some time off, and let my body recuperate. I had a tough camp. And like I said before, whatever Richard want, whatever I'll even want, then we do. I'm just a fighter. My job is to fight and give the fans a great fight.
Danny, to your left, do you remember exactly which shot it was that began closing his eye, and when you realized that, and how much that changed your strategy?
I think it was a jab. It was a jab. I hit him with a jab, and I saw him blink in his eye. And then about 45 seconds later, his eye was closed. So I just kept working.
Danny, right here. Right here. Right here.
Okay.
Next to Shorty right here. Did you said this is going to be your last fight at 140. Is that because you feel like you've cleaned out the division and you wouldn't be as motivated to stay here and you need a challenge?
No, I'm always motivated. I'm a self-motivated person. Nobody has to wake me up and tell me I know what I gotta do. But hey, I beat the best fighters at 140. What else you want me to do? I beat everybody at 140. I beat 2 guys I wasn't supposed to beat, and I beat them in fashion.
Danny, you said that Lucas hadn't fought the adversity that you fought right here. How important were fights with Amir Khan and Zab Judah for you being ready for this fight tonight?
I mean, every fight's a very important fight because you're gonna grow. And those 2 fights were real technicians, they were real technical boxers. So I feel like every fight to this fight led me to this fight. And the experience, like I said before, I'm only 25, but that was my 5th championship fight. I'm starting to feel like a young veteran in the game.
Hey Danny, did the fact that everyone was picking Matthysse to knock you out, did that inspire you at all tonight?
Nah, because at the end of the day, I had tunnel vision. I don't really pay attention to the media. I don't really care what people say about me. I know what I can do. My dad knows what I can do. He believes in me. And as long as my kid believes in me and I believe in myself, no one can beat me.
Thank you.
Hey Danny, we talked about this last week. You've been the underdog in so many fights. What happens when you become the favorite? How do you treat that?
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna approach it the same way. Hard work in the gym, stay disciplined, live a good life, and go out there and get the job done. I don't pay attention to the media. I know what I can do. My team know what I can do. Like I said, I go into every fight with that same strong mindset.
And one other question for you. Earlier you talked about making Lucas respect your power. Do you think you made him respect your power in the early rounds?
I made him think, I know that. A lot of people didn't think I could move the way I was moving in there. I brought the Philadelphia out of me right there. So, a lot of people thought I was a flat-footed fighter, I was slow, and he was just going to be able to go in there and knock me out. But, I had to show what my name was about.
I got a question for Angel. Angel, right here. In boxing, father-son, trainer relationships aren't always, don't always work. You guys have been through the fire in a lot of your fights, and going back to the Amir Khan fight, the 2nd round where you really got Danny's grill. What is it about your relationship as a father and a trainer that works?
Well, the first thing is love is too strong. I love Danny so much. People don't understand that. Yeah, I love the hell out of Danny. What you want me to say? It's my son. I love all my children. Listen, I will never sell Danny out for nobody. I love my children too much. I struggle with what I have. I struggle to give them. I told Danny to be a hard worker and a listener. If you listen, I say, Danny, if you listen, all you gotta do is knowledge is free. All you gotta do is listen to me. If you listen to me, I'll give you all the knowledge in the world. It was no money, it was knowledge. I said, you get knowledge, you'll be, listen, I said, out of 10, only one's gonna make it, and that one's gonna be if you listen. And I'm glad that he listened. That's why he's here today. This didn't start one day when he was 14, 16, went to the gym, and he went to the gym, all of a sudden he wanted to fight. This started when he was a child. This was a dream. Nobody believes this. This ain't just started. People say, oh, well, you don't know how to train. Listen, I'm the most underrated trainer there is, and he's the most underrated fighter there is. And you guys still ain't gonna give him credit, but it doesn't matter to us, because we still undefeated. Listen, I don't even want that, honestly. I don't even want that. You know what? That ain't gonna make me no better. Give me some millions.
All right. Questions? Any other questions? There is one more there, okay?
hablar una palabra en español para los seguidores en Puerto Rico y toda Latinoamérica.
Can't hear the question.
Will you speak a little bit in Spanish for your followers in Puerto Rico and all Latin America?
You need the mic. You need the mic. Can't hear him. No, you need the mic. Can't hear him.
Say comment. It's what Danny comment on
the
the
comment. Anything you want.
La pelea fue bien difícil, pero yo entreno bien duro y he ganado la pelea. Y gracias a todos los latinos que apoyan.
Philly Rican.